Good morning, students. Yesterday, we can see a DC voltage source. Next, here we can see the DC current source. So, here a current source with infinite internal impedance is considered to be an ideal or a constant current source. Okay, in this, an ideal current source supplies a constant current to a load even if its impedance changes. Like a voltage source, here we can see a voltage source, an ideal voltage source. In these, A and B are the terminals. Likewise, here also in DC current source, here is to A and B are the terminals, and we connect here the only current source. Okay, only current source. Here symbol for an ideal current source. And the VI characteristics of ideal current source is like this: only current, therefore only one line. This is a direct current. Here is no load, no any resistor, or no any other components. Okay, so this is called an ideal current source. Why? Because here in two terminals we connect only a current source, no other resistors or no other any component. So here it is called ideal current source. Next, the VI characteristics of ideal current source like this. Okay, here is the on x-axis there is a current, and on y-axis there is a load impedance. Here the load impedance is 0. Therefore, the characteristics are like this, only a direct one line. Okay, understand? Then next, practical current source. Okay, when ZL is a load impedance equal to 0, a practical current source supplies current IS. Okay, here is the diagram or symbol for a practical current source. Here A and B are the terminals. Here we connect a current source, and then we connect a load impedance or ZS or source impedance. Here it is explained as this is called short circuit current. This is called a short circuit current. Okay, IL means a load impedance current equal to IS. When load impedance increases, the current decreases. Okay, when load impedance ZL means this increases, the current decreases. Okay, when the terminals A and B are open circuit, then ZL equal to what? Infinity. Okay, the load current reduces to 0. Therefore, this ZL is infinity. Therefore, load current is reduces to 0. Okay, this indicates that there must be same path inside the source through which the current can flow. So, what it is considered, there must be a path for the current. Okay, then when a load is connected, a part of the current IS flows through the load, and remaining current I1 goes through the path inside the source. Okay, when load is connected, here we connect a load, here we connect a load. Okay, a part of the current IS flows through the load. So this is IS, this current flows through the load, and remaining current goes through the path inside the source, and the remaining current here, the remaining current goes through this path ZS. This is the internal resistance or source resistance. Okay, this path has impedance ZS. So this is called impedance ZS, or internal resistance ZS, or RS is called internal impedance. Here it is internal impedance or internal resistance. Okay, so symbol for practical current source. This is the symbol for ideal current source. In these only current source is present. Next, we can connect a resistor. So this is the internal resistors. Okay, so current can pass through this. Next we can connect the load impedance or load resistors. Okay, practical current source connected to load. So this is the current source, this is the internal resistor or impedance, or this is the load resistance or load impedance. So the when load is connected, which path current takes? So this is the path for the current. With the current can flow through load, and next remaining current can flow through ZS or internal impedance. Okay, then the characteristics of the current practical. What is the when load is connected, part of the current IS flows through the load and the remaining current goes through ZS. So this is IS, or this is the voltage. In x-axis current, in y-axis voltage. So the this is the direct current source, or these drops, this is the practical current source. Okay, so the formula that generates when load is connected, is means current source is equal to I1 plus IL. This is what ZL means IL and ZS means I1. So the formula total source current is what? I1 plus IL. Therefore, I1 equal to IS minus IL. Okay, this can be changed. Then what? I1 into ZS equal to IL into ZL. This can be a resistance. Okay, so I1 is what? IS minus IL into ZS equal to IL into ZL. So IL equal to IS ZS divided by ZS plus ZL. Therefore, IL load current equal to IS divided by 1 plus ZL by ZS. Okay, understand? This equation indicates that for a good current source, ZS must be greater than ZL. Okay, the internal impedance of current source should be very high. Okay, then in practical, when ZL equal to 0 means load resistance or load impedance equal to 0, IL equal to IS. As ZL increases, IL decreases. Okay, so ZL, when load impedance decreases, load current when ZL increases means load impedance increases, IL decreases means load current decreases. With increase in load impedance, the terminal voltage also increases. So voltage is different. When load impedance increases, voltage increases, or current is different. When load resistor increases, current decreases. Okay, do you understand this? Next we can take tomorrow the point power. Okay, thank you.